Bartender duties.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Spill Drinks and the Music Industry Tea. We're unsigned, unhinged, and underpaid. Cheers.
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 So today we have our second guest, Jeanette Maldedle.
Hello.
She is a project assistant at Berlin Music Commission, also a Pilates girly, and always gets invited to the best after parties. Cheers to Jeanette.
Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
You're always going away.
Thanks for having us.
I'm gonna dip.
Okay, yeah, now
Get out.
Ashley's getting behind the camera.
So today is our second guest. We have Jeanette.
Hello.
Jeanette is a student at BEM. We studied together. She's also the project assistant at the Berlin Music Commission. Jeanette, tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you from? How did you end up in Berlin?
So basically, like, I think most of us, I'm from a very small town from the middle of Germany, basically. I always say I'm from Hanover, but that's
a lie.
a lie.
All lie.
Lie
Liar.
detected. It's like somewhere south from there. Very small. More cows than people.
Oh yes, I can relate.
Lovely.
So I was thinking, I want to go to Berlin, like the exact opposite. And I came here like 3 years ago, and so far I've been enjoying it. And it's nice. I think it's the perfect place to be when you want to work in music.
You were in Berlin a year before you started your studies, right?
Yeah, exactly, because I was studying something else at the BHT. I did Veranstaltungstechnik and Management, which I
Sounds
didn't,
horrible.
which I didn't finish. I learned a lot. It was very technical, but I realized I don't want to go into event technology. After all, maybe do something else. And I was lost for a bit, and then I found BIM. I mean, I've heard of it before because it's quite big in the UK.
Yeah.
But yeah, music business sounded like a good idea. I mean, it still does. But I'm very happy to be here and to have chosen BIM.
Same. What are your like favorite bands and genres?
Oh, good question.
Yes.
I think
So.
No, I think my favorite. I always say
Janet just pulls out a spreadsheet.
I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers are my ultimate all-time favorite. You know, I think we all have that one band we always mention, even if we don't really listen to them that much anymore.
Yeah.
It's just so in our DNA.
Yes, I get that.
Yeah, lots of rock and alternative and pop and
Everything.
basically, except Schlager,
Yeah.
German
Valid.
folk,
Valid.
and some very, very heavy metal.
Yeah.
I mean, I also do like. Recently, I've gotten into Deftones.
We should talk Paul. We talked about that in class last
Oh,
week.
really?
I
Yeah.
love Deftones.
We talked with Paul about Deftones. I think.
Does he love Deftones? What did
He
say?
loves everything.
So, what is the thing that drew you into music industry?
I was always obsessed kind of with music. For a long time, I really didn't know what to do after finishing school. And it was either going into film or music. And
Film.
being these two very creative, very hard businesses, I don't know, I just decided for music. Because I don't think I will ever get bored of it. And there's so much to explore and to do, and so many jobs that you can look into. I think it's a really nice choice.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally, yes. Okay, so about your job, we mentioned that you're a project assistant at Berlin Music Commission. How did you get this job, and what exactly do you do?
Actually, quite funny. Very old-fashioned. I went to an event here in Berlin. I think it was Karneval der Kulturen, and there was this big stage, in Kreuzberg, and there were some bands and artists performing. And at the time, I was looking for a working student job, so I just went there on my own, listened to some music, and there was this woman standing beside the stage with a lanyard and a pass, and I was like, I'm just gonna go up, up to her
I could
and,
never.
and talk to her.
Same.
I mean, I'm not very extroverted, but I think that's one thing that you have to learn to really
Yeah.
be proactive and talk to people.
Just suck it up and
Just suck it
Yeah.
up, like.
fake it till you make it.
And then I went to talk with her and introduce myself, what I do, and said that I'm looking for a job in the industry. And she gave me her contacts, and then I don't know, some 2 or 3 weeks after, I got an email saying, do you want to have an interview with us, a job interview, and see if it fits? And it did fit. So yeah.
Sounds like a fairy
Yeah.
tale, honestly.
Honestly, yes.
Like a dream.
I wish.
We talked about networking last time with Ella, and we found out that it's hard for almost all of us, actually, to kind of get yourself out there and just basically talk to people, especially when you're just in the entry level person. Do you have maybe some kind of networking tips or?
I think it's always a good idea to go with someone who already knows someone there, and you can be introduced to them, and just be proactive and fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
I mean, it is how it is. But it takes some time, I think, and just do it.
It will.
Okay.
We will try.
Yeah.
Next time.
Maybe. Probably not.
Yeah.
Also, you have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
If I'm in a bad
Yeah.
mood from the beginning of the day, then
Not
No
yet.
talking.
no
talking.
no. Just want to be in bed, watch a movie, and don't talk to people today, and that's
No,
fine.
yeah.
Valid. Yes. Also, as a project assistant, what do you typically do?
Assist. No, it's basically project management, and you support the team wherever you can, and also take on a lot of responsibility, and just try to make the project a bit better and bigger, and help out where you can.
So we all know that the music industry is not the easiest business, but what for you? What is the most exciting and most challenging aspects of being in the industry?
I think the most exciting is that you get to explore new music and new artists from the beginning stages, and then some years later you see them as those big stars, and you just remember, okay, that's not what it looked like a few years ago, because everybody's gonna start somewhere,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think that's really, really cool.
And what's the most challenging aspect?
Most challenging is probably because you don't really get to be offline. I feel like you have to always be
24/7,
Available.
365.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter what you do in the music industry. I feel like you always have to be available. Also on weekends, and that's so normal, and for me, especially Sunday is like the typical German day of rest.
Yeah.
So it's strange for me to work or basically do anything on a Sunday. And I think I still have to get used to that,
We're gonna get
Yeah.
better with time, I think.
probably.
Do you want to say our own like challenging things? What
Oh,
we
yeah.
think is most challenging, maybe?
I mean, I can't speak for like the whole industry, but I've got a job right now, and it's the most it's an internship, and I've just started recently, and the most challenging thing for me is that I don't know what I'm actually doing. I'm super confused all of the time, and because also it's an internship, which means that I touch on a lot of aspects and I work with a lot of departments. I don't get to be like focused on one specific thing, and that is also partially why I feel very lost, because you can't be good and fully aware of everything, right?
Yeah.
But when you have to do press and promotion and also, I don't know, social media and all of that at once, it's super confusing. But hopefully it will get better. What about you guys?
I think for me the most challenging aspect of being in industry is, of course, now that we're just studying and we basically are nothing. We're the we're the bottom of the food like chain, and we're just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think also being a woman in the music industry, it's always like, oh, why are you here? And just
Yeah, sometimes.
you never get the credit that you actually need to get. You're just
Yeah.
Exploitation.
there's always the white CEO who is just like, oh, but,
Assistant,
Yeah.
bring the coffee. Like,
yeah, wear very tight skirts.
Yeah.
And yeah, but the most exciting I think is when you go through the process of planning an event or something, and then you see the final project, and you're just like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
I would also agree with that.
Yeah.
Like when I did the FemX thing and I planned out, then it all played out. There were like people there that were happy to be there. They were like, they were happy to be, like Maeve was there. She was feeling it. Like she was really, I was so happy to see her just have fun to something that I planned, you know. Wouldn't be there if I didn't do it, but it was very fun. But yeah. Also, most challenging, I think, still is that you need like context and networking.
Oh yeah,
Without it, you're nothing. It's also like,
the
I
industry
always
is
feel
based
like
on that.
also a bit stupid because I'm studying this, right? I'm getting a degree in it, but you don't need that, right? You can just get into this industry without having to study it, and that's always what I feel was like a threat, you know, like people just get into it very young, starting out, making it, and we're here studying it, spending a lot of money on studying it,
Yeah,
and
it's
people
true.
just make it without, you know, not
Yeah.
ever doing it, what we did.
Don't talk about that. I feel bad now.
No, it's fine.
Jail.
Jail.
Okay, Jeanette, and what's your previous experience before you started with this position? Did you have any other experience in the music business, for example?
I basically started out with being an intern
Mhm.
at a radio station in Hanover. I was like in the music editorial department, and that's basically where my passion for working in the industry started.
I also did like an internship at a radio station
Yeah.
for like summer camp. I did a summer camp. It was very fun at FFH.
Oh.
Mm.
I was
Yeah.
at Radio 21.
No idea what it is.
Look at us.
Same.
Look at us. Look at us. No, so I really do recommend just doing internships and trying out everything.
Did you get to talk on air?
Also, yeah.
Wow, cool. What'd you talk about?
I think it was Tina Turner. So,
Wow.
not with her, but you know, about her. It's like one of the biggest rock stations in Germany, and I was actually the first intern to do interviews with bands. Also because I was one of the few who were actually able to talk in English, so they just sent the intern, you know, do the interview with this band, and yeah, that really boosted my confidence, and then I felt like, okay, I want to do music journalism now, and then applied for, I think, an apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, apprenticeship at Axel Springer for Rolling Stone and Musik Express, which I didn't get. But it's just part of the whole experience.
Mm.
And yeah, and then I started studying, started at BIM, and then I got another job at Dreamhouse, where I did social media marketing, and I went to loads of concerts.
A lot of concerts.
A lot of
A
concerts.
lot of concerts.
Yeah,
Oh, Jeanette posted a story. She's at a concert.
of course. Where else? Yeah, that was fun. That was lots of fun.
You worked there for like a year or something like that. For
Half
quite
a year actually.
Oh, half a year.
Half a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
It felt longer.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
concert stories never stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody had to do like the content, you know.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
We
that
went
was-
to a
that's
concert
lots of
together
fun.
for Dreamhouse, I think.
Was it Eve Tumor, I think, at Huxley's?
I think so, yeah.
I've never been to Huxley's.
Really?
I've queued there twice, but I've never went in. Like I queued once with Ash for Rennie Rap, and I once queued for Maya Smith with my cousin, but I never went in.
You just queued.
Yeah, it was nice. I just queued with them.
They're actually both Dreamhouse
Why?
artists.
I just hung out there. I was like, yeah, that's fun sitting on the street next to a big street in Neukölln.
Lovely.
Fun. Okay, so the main part of your job is organizing the Listen to Berlin youth program,
Mhm.
and you're selecting the speakers and the bands that play also. And what is it and why is it so important?
So the Listen to Berlin Youth project is one of the many projects that the Berlin Music Commission does, and we concentrate on bringing together the youth and young people who are interested in working in the music industry or being artists themselves, and bring them together with people from the industry, basically, and try to connect them, because we know it's really hard to get your foot in the door, and we want to make it a bit easier, more transparent, and
Yeah.
that's basically what it's about.
It's also young people turning up. I went last year, and they're really young. I was like, I'm young, but then I looked at the people that came. I was like, I'm not young.
They're like 15.
They're like 15.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
was like, I was like, wow, there's so many people that want to do this. Like, even at that age, I had no idea what to do at 15. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, you know what you want to do at 15? That's like,
Yeah.
very amazing.
Yeah, so it's from 14 to 25.
Hmm.
And I think I'm also surprised, because even if they don't know exactly what they want to do, I mean, I had no idea as well at 15.
Who has?
Exactly. And then there's just, this day where you can go to and be like, okay, I'm just going to listen to these people, and maybe they have some tips for me.
You were also a part of team of Most Modern Music, right?
Yeah, so the festival is part of the Most Wanted
Yeah.
Music. So everyone who had a ticket for the youth festival also got access to the Most Wanted Music.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how exactly do you select bands? What do you look for in the artist?
So we work a lot with Berlin youth centers, and we basically organize satellite events all over the year where bands can perform at those said youth centers, and then we just kind of cast them and think, okay, maybe they could make it big, or maybe they would like to perform at our festival. Yeah, for example, Headjet.
Yeah.
You know them?
Yes, I saw them last year.
Um,
Ash, you also.
yeah.
It's your point. Come in.
Oh God.
Your headset
Let me just
point.
scooch in.
Let me just come in here.
Tell your headset experience.
Yes.
You need the mic.
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah, so I was at a concert a couple days ago, and they opened for them. They opened for the Datums, who are pretty big in the UK. And Headjet were like really cool. They had like a good stage presence, and I can see them on like a way bigger stage and making it.
They're also still very young.
They are,
Yeah.
yeah. I looked at the drummer and I was like, "Are you 15?" Like,
He might be.
he might be.
Might
He looked,
be.
he looked very young, but
I
he
mean-
was happy to be there. Yeah.
I also met them like at Most Wanted when I worked for the Berlin Youth Years. I did like wristband check and tickets, and I also met them because they had to go in there, right?
Mhm.
And they were also very nice, very young, very young. It was like wow.
Yeah.
They also headlining, right?
I think so. Yeah.
They're like
they
the
were
big
last
band
band
and-
to play.
Like the room was full.
Yeah.
They were there, and the room was full. Everyone was there to see them.
Yeah.
It was great.
I mean, they already have some following. We were
They
also
do.
quite surprised. And they have like this special stage presence. And it's also because that's why we invited them. And funnily, there was someone in the crowd who is like someone from the industry and kind of contacted them after their gig and be like, hey, do you want to work together? So yeah, I think the festival is a great chance to get your name out there and maybe connect with other people.
I mean, you can see it work, right?
It definitely
Opening for
worked for
Latham's.
them.
Work.
Opening for Latham's, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do recommend contacting us and playing at youth centers and
Just call Jeanette up.
yeah, just call me up, you know,
Just
here's
call
my
her up.
number.
Slide
Never,
into her DMs.
Slide into my DMs.
They should do that. So, what was your experience with the band? Very nice.
They were cool. Very cool, very chill. Very young.
Yeah.
Still professional.
Yeah, very professional. I mean, they're just starting out, but yeah, I think they're gonna make it
That's it.
big someday.
They have some very big things on Instagram. I sometimes see one from you page just random, and I was like, wait, I've seen that name. Like, was it like the
I think I've also seen them on my For You, and I was like, oh.
like the
Why do I know
U-Bahn
them?
Konzerte or something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, they're really big there. I have faith in them.
Nice.
We need them.
We can say we were there from the start.
I was there.
Wait, I'm gonna.
Yeah, go.
Bye.
Ash left the chat.
I zaned, sorry.
Zaned out.
That was your Irish goodbye. See you.
So, what has been the biggest lesson that you have learned from working in the music industry?
I think the biggest lesson is to listen to your body and to not overwork yourself. And yeah, I mean, sometimes I felt like, okay, I'm gonna fall asleep right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having assessments.
So I think it's really important to find that balance between working, studying, whatever you have to do, and just relax for a minute, or find some exercise that you enjoy, or go for a walk in nature, and just really find that balance, because I think in 10 years you're gonna look back and be very thankful for building up that routine, because otherwise you're gonna be burned out 100%.
You're just gonna get sick of the job.
Also, yeah, and have maybe a drug problem.
Never happened that experience.
Yeah.
Industry is drug free.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
No
No,
drugs.
Yeah, never happened. So that's your
No
advice.
addictions.
That's your advice to new people starting out. Take a break.
Take a break. Take a break.
Look after yourself.
100%.
I think especially in Berlin, the music industry is like a black hole. You have to walk around it, not fall into it.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to just like, oh, I'm just gonna take a line before going on stage, and just like fucks
I
up
think
your
that's everywhere
future.
though. Like everywhere.
Maybe, but like Berlin and drugs are besties.
Okay, some bands I'm sure that are like they're not
Yeah,
sober.
but not even bands, just in general, people, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like if I would go to a concert and I could see that the band is high, I would like not go again, and my like idea of them would change.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
I would not be the only one in the crowd that thinks like that. They just like.
I mean, I think most people don't fucking care, but they should care.
But like, if I paid for the show and they're just out of it, then come on,
Yeah.
suck it up.
Okay, Jeanette, and what advice would you give to artists trying to get booked for showcases or some kind of events?
I think number one advice would be to play live as much as possible, even if it's just small bars. Just, try to get better every time and really build up that branding and your stage presence and think about who you want to be. And also, network. Network a lot and just talk to people and be confident about you and your music. I think that's quite important.
Yeah,
I think that's
definitely.
what the whole industry is about.
Yeah.
Networking. Know what you
And being
want.
confident.
Yes.
Even if you're not, just
Nothing for introverts.
go for it. So we basically have only a year left in uni. And what is your plan after? Are you staying in Berlin, moving somewhere, getting a master's degree maybe?
Oof. Well, I think I'm gonna stay in Berlin. Okay, I'm just getting adjusted to the city, and I don't know. I think I do want to experience more with my opportunities, and I think we had like sync and rights management this year for the first time as a module, and I can see myself maybe also working in music supervision. I think that would be nice.
Sounds interesting in class.
It
Yeah.
does. I mean, honestly, I think I could sit there for hours and just watch the same scene over and over again with different music. I do enjoy that.
I also, in class, I would even do that. Like, oh yeah, that song is perfect. Then the next one,
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
this
this
is
one is
perfect.
better.
Oh, I love this.
Love it.
Yeah.
And always was like, yes, I want that. That vibe, yes, the
Mm.
perfect.
Yeah.
It was amazing today. Very fun.
Yeah, and just find the most perfect fitting song. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in every episode, we each pick a song of the week that we listen to it the most or just connected to us. So Jeanette, what is your song of the week?
So I just had to look it up again because I forgot who the artist was. But it is Billy Preston, Nothing from Nothing. And I chose it because it's the end credits song from White Lotus. And the last episode was put online, I think, last Monday. Spoiler alert. Yeah. Jesus Christ, what was that ending? I was so disappointed, okay? But at least the music was good. So
Perfect.
I'm gonna
The
put
music
that
saved it again.
again. See? And I put that song in my playlist. I'm gonna listen to it over and over again.
Charlotte.
Cool.
Okay, I also have to look it up. My song is Walking Backwards by Ben Howard. I've been at home the weekend. It was just me and my dog. So I just always went on walks with the dog for like an hour and I listened to Ben Howard. And that song stood out. So Ben Howard. It's a Ben Howard kind of week, you know?
Okay, and my song of the week was actually a very hard pick. I didn't know what to choose, what to go with. But I decided that it's gonna be Drowning Lessons by My Chemical Romance. Yeah. And what's yours, Maria?
I think my song of the week is Half the World Away. I think it's originally by Oasis,
Yes.
but I only like Aurora's cover. I do not like the original one.
Don't say that.
I don't know, but
Don't say
Aurora's
that.
voice is just like very melancholic. And
I'm
it's just
manifesting
like,
to see that as I see it live, okay? I'm manifesting.
and I listen to it and I'm like, yes, I feel that. So that's my song of
You
the
also
week.
listened to it in class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I found it from. I was
It
like,
was amazing class.
add to playlist.
Gave me that thing. Ash.
Oh,
Yeah.
Serious, come here.
Come
okay.
Come back.
Oh my god.
Come back.
back.
Be here.
Yes. So mine is Teardrop by Massive Attack because I've been watching House MD all week basically, and it's the like intro song, and yeah, I've not heard the full song, but the first like 20 seconds, incredible,
Life changing.
life changing.
Okay, Jeanette, thank you for being here and doing this podcast with us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
Always welcome.
Follow and subscribe for more episodes, and we'll see you guys in a week. Cheers.
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 Yes.
Jail. That's a tradition.
Jail.
Jail.
Almost broke the glass.
Again. Another glass gone.
She will be missed.